Hey guys, it's Anna and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing a bunch of fragrances. We have a mix of fragrances that have been kindly sent to me as well as several that I've purchased myself. So let's just get straight into it. The first one was so kindly gifted to me by a dear friend of mine. She's another fragrance content creator. You guys might know her as A Room with Perfume on TikTok. And she just recently made a YouTube channel, which I'm so thrilled about. Like, give me Elizabeth everywhere I can get. I kid you not when I say this woman has a heart of gold. She looks like a mermaid fairy princess hybrid. No joke. She's beyond stunning. Just such a natural beauty inside and out. And she has a very feminine, classy taste in fragrances. So I highly recommend that you check her out. So she actually sent me a bottle of Skylar's Midnight Moon. She already owns one, but she got a second in PR. So she sent this my way. And this is a favorite of hers from the brand. I like it. I think it's nice. It's a simpler scent, very fresh, crisp, and clean. It smells very classy, just like her, and it has like a shampoo quality to the scent or a spa-like vibe as well. There's a prominent lotus note in this fragrance, so that absolutely contributes to that whole calming, tranquil, spa-like vibe. It's clean, musky. We get a touch of like a cold, crisp cranberry note and then some likable woodiness. It's a very pretty, easy reach fragrance, and I can see both men and women wearing this. This is a scent that I think is just gonna morph really nicely to whoever is wearing it. You know, if a man wears this, it's gonna lean towards that like fresh out of the shower cologne-esque kind of smell, and then if a woman wears it, it just smells fresh, classy, spa-like. So for me personally and my fragrance taste, it doesn't have enough impact for what I'm looking for. You guys know I really love my more complex and unique scents, but I do think this is a lovely smelling perfume. And make sure to check out Elizabeth. Her username is Elizabeth Grace here on YouTube. I love you. The next two fragrances were kindly gifted to me from Twisted Lily. You guys know I'm an affiliate with Twisted Lily, and if you didn't know already, they are a fantastic fragrance retailer. They sell 2 milliliter spray sample sizes of like 99% of the fragrances that they carry online. I have purchased through them myself many times, and I absolutely adore them. And I do have a discount code ONA10 if you wanted to get a percentage off, you know, some of these niche fragrances. It's a win-win. We love to hear it. We love to see it. So I specifically requested this fragrance because the notes, stunning, and then the packaging on top of it all was really calling to me. So this is 8 Bob Agneta. Talk about an upgrade. 8 Bob, these new bottles are incredible. We have a nicely weighted bottle and then a marble cap with like gold metal 8 Bob on the top. So nice. This is a sexy fragrance. This is a mood in a bottle. This is unisex, leaning a little bit masculine. This smells like a going out scent, okay? This smells like you are going to a very fancy bar at night. You have to be dressed up to be here, okay? This is not a casual dress kind of moment, okay? And you're going there to meet someone for a date. This is a wooden bar. It's dimly lit, it's dark, moody, sexy. You order espresso martinis and your date, charisma off the charts, okay? They've got it. They're highly educated, witty, confident, but not in a gross, cocky kind of way, you know what I mean? That's the mood this is giving. The closest fragrance that I could compare it to would be BDK Gris Charnel Extrait, but they're not too close by any means. It's just like a general vibe. Comparing the two, Gris Charnel Extrait is a lot drier of a scent, and it's more focused on wood, where this definitely has a prominent woody presence, but then accompanying that is absolutely a prominent warm amber note. It has spiciness from the cardamom, and it's not listed, but I detect a slight vanillic undertone to kind of smooth everything out. And this is also not listed, but I get a prominent boozy factor, which is why I say espresso martinis. You are picking up on that coffee note. It's not so loud and in your face. It's not a sweet coffee. It's not like, oh, I'm drinking a latte, but it's like a shot of espresso has been added in the mix. This is a really solid release. This is an extrait de parfum concentration, and for myself personally, and on my boyfriend, this is quite prominent for the first hour. Like, you only need a couple sprays and it is projecting. You can smell it in that first hour, but right after that first hour is done, in my experience, it becomes more close to the skin, becomes more of an intimate wearing scent, but the scent itself does definitely last. This is a big like for me. It's not 100% a love for my personal taste because of the kind of boozy coffee vibe to the fragrance. Has absolutely nothing to do with this. It's great. It's a me thing. But my boyfriend Eric loves it. Like, loves it. So this has been added to his collection. This next one they sent me, it was a complete surprise. I had no idea this was coming my way. But this is Xerjoff's Tony Iommi. And this is another deep, dark, complex, very well done unisex scent. I would put this in the overall category as like Killian's Angel share. It smells way more complex and dynamic than that, but that's like the overall feeling that it gives me, where it's very sweet, thick, spicy, gourmand, unisex, boozy, all that. I positively adore the smell of this overall fragrance category, but I feel like I can't wear them because they're too heavy and rich and sweet for what I like to smell on myself. But this is a great balance of everything. It has cinnamon, caramel, vanilla, it's boozy, it's woody, and then it has a bit of a fruity tone as well to the scent, but it's like very deep, rich, heavy. We have a smooth leather and patchouli woody notes to ground it. So it definitely has a lot of depth and edge, but you have these gourmand qualities that make it very mouth-watering. So yeah, it's too warm cinnamon sweet for me personally, but I think it's a fantastic scent, and I know this is on a lot of people's wish lists, so I would love to give this to one of you. If you're interested, make sure you are, of course, subscribed to my channel, like the video, and just comment down below letting me know you're interested. This will be a US giveaway. It'll run for a week. I will pin the winner's comment down below and then comment letting them know they won. I then received 4 fragrances from Max Aroma, which was incredibly generous. Unfortunately, well, let's just get into it. The first one being Gyokuro from the Merchant of Venice. The craftsmanship and art on this bottle is absolutely stunning. I'm bummed this did not work out for me. Unfortunately, I find the ambergris pepper combo to be very sharp, and unfortunately that element of the fragrance really bothers me. If it wasn't for that, it would be a very pretty, likable, true peachy tea scent. And then I also definitely pick up on the lotus and neroli, giving it a fresh green aquatic floral presence to the fragrance. So I would describe this to be feminine, but unfortunately I find other tea scents much more pleasant. Another one from the Merchant of Venice is Red Potion. This is nice, very easy to identify a similarity to Baccarat Rouge 540, but it's definitely not as sweet and has much more emphasis on an aromatic herbal quality to the fragrance coming from the Immortelle and Rosemary. It's nice, but when it comes to the amount of interpretations that we have of that Baccarat Rouge 540 DNA, I have so many others that I much prefer to this. I'm not the biggest fan of like the blast of Immortelle and Rosemary. Next up, Moresque Seta. I know this is a very loved fragrance. I unfortunately feel kind of alone in my opinion, but this is a very resinous, heavy fragrance and definitely has a Middle Eastern vibe to the overall scent. The main components that I get from this fragrance are that myrrh, amber, benzoin. It's not thick like other myrrh dominant fragrances that I've smelled, but it is absolutely the most predominant thing that I pick up. It's quite spicy, and those spices unfortunately come off harsh and sharp to me. And then I get a thin, warm, slightly sugared vanilla. Ylang Ylang adds to the warm, slightly creamy factor. We have sandalwood in the base, and it has a touch of a vintage-like quality. This one unfortunately did not live up to the hype for me. Last one from Max Aroma is Noeme Kalahari. The notes looked very promising, but man, is this quiet. I showered myself in this, okay? We're talking moisturized skin on clothes, just bathed myself in it. And I could not smell it on myself at all unless my nose was directly up to where I sprayed the perfume. This is an extremely soft, your skin but better cardamom perfume. It's mainly cardamom, secondary ambrette, so it has a definite musky presence, and then cashmerean, giving it a paper-like woody vibe, like pencil shaving paper. It's dry, musky, and smells like cardamom paper, essentially. That opening blast was lovely because you get that hint of the saffron that pulls, you know, slightly sweet, but that goes away very quickly. The overall experience is pleasant for sure. It's unisex. I really wish it was louder. However, I did notice that after a half hour of being on, that's when I started to smell it. It seems that when you really overspray and once it has some time to sit on your skin, warm up on your body, then it starts to perform a bit better. But still, it's an expensive fragrance, and I personally like to smell my fragrances much more than what I got from this. But yeah, the scent itself is nice. Performance needs love. Moving on to the ones I bought myself. These were all blind buys, and 9 times out of 10, I always regret it. Always regret it. But alas, here we are. This one was unfortunately the worst fragrance of the haul. This is Rasasi Qasamat Bareeq. This has got to be the worst interpretation of the Baccarat Rouge 540 DNA. It smells, I'm so sorry if you enjoy this fragrance, but to me, it smells so incredibly sharp, harsh, and cheap. Oh, I really, really, really don't like it. It smells like they took the BR 540 DNA, removed some of that sweetness, and made it so extremely scratchy. Oh my gosh. This is a very affordable fragrance, and I can tell. Amped up on the leather, the spices, it has this quite dominant aromatic herbal presence as well from like the Artemisia. This was a big fat no for me. Like, I genuinely hate this fragrance. Awful. Let's go to something better. Okay. This is Musicology Fly Me to the Oud. I searched high and low for a sample and could not find one anywhere. So I just blind bought this off of FragranceNet. And I actually think this is quite a good fragrance. It's not 100% for me. It's not a love for me. So I won't be keeping it. But generally, I think it's pretty good. This is unisex, pulling a little bit masculine. And the leather pulls just a little bit animalic, which is why it wasn't for me. Not overly so, but a smidge. And so for that reason, this never became a love. The oud is very dry in combination with the patchouli, so it's a very earthy scent. I really like the addition of the brown sugar. It smells caramelized, and the sandalwood is really nice as well. In fact, after about like 45 minutes of wearing this as it dries down, I personally detect a real creamy, buttery factor to the fragrance. So I'm assuming that maybe that's coming from the sandalwood. But yeah, overall, I think it's good. It kind of smells, I saw someone say this and I agree. It smells a bit like a vintage jazz bar. And I totally get the vibe. So yeah, overall, I'd say it's pretty good. I'm very, nitpicky with specific notes, but overall, definitely don't recommend blind buying though. And the last one we're featuring today is Zara's Frozen Pure Forest. Zara has been stepping up their fragrance bottle game. I love this. Like the frosted bottle, wooden cap, the simplicity, I really, really like it. This literally smells like a forest. Literally smells like a forest. Like a location to a tea or a candle made to, of course, emulate this kind of location. It quite literally smells like snow-covered fir trees and a lot of balsam. I get zero praline, like zero sweetness. It smells cold, transportive, quiet. I thoroughly enjoy the scent itself. I find this scent so grounding and calming and fresh. I mean, I love smelling this and the outdoors. It's gorgeous, but to wear as a fragrance, I just don't want to smell like a tree. I don't want to smell like a tree. If you do want to smell like a tree, then get Frozen Pure Forest. But yes, like I said, the scent itself is very enjoyable, so I will be keeping this to use exclusively as a room spray. For that, I think it's nice. So that wraps up my haul. That wraps up my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. If you want to see me in any more videos, I'd appreciate it so, so much. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!